Hey, what's up guys? It's finally here. It's time to show you the end result. For all the hard work that's happened, a little over 2 months, I imagine. This was not a full rehab project like I did on the last tracker boat. Instead, this is more of a facelift. And what that entailed was just stripping this boat all the way down to the bare essentials, down to the bare framing, aluminum, cleaning everything, getting it all ready and prepped to be put back together. We're gonna call this a complete facelift, getting this boat looking as new as possible. And that's exactly what we did. And it's time to reveal it to you right now. So here it is, Bass Tracker Pro 16. And what I'll do is walk you through everything from front to back. But this is an overview of what it looks like. It turned out really awesome. The 20-ounce carpet always looks great. It actually looks a lot better outside on a natural light than in the garage. And this is actually the first time I've brought it outside since it's completely done. So you guys get to come along for the ride for that. So starting at the front of the boat, redid the front panel. You've got your trolling motor plug right here. I put a grommet here as well right next to it. This runs the wires for the fish finder as well as a transducer going underneath the deck. On the boat, we have the Makeover Fortrex. What a powerhouse motor this is. This is the 80-pound thrust, 24 volt. And I've got, you know what, right here. New addition to the boat, Garmin Live Scope. That's the LV34 transducer, the latest one. That's attached directly to the shaft of the trolling motor. Another cool additive to the boat was replacing the non-skid pad at the front of the boat. What I typically use is gator skin, and unfortunately gator skin is not available in the sheet anymore. Apparently they were bought out by TH Marine, and for whatever reason TH Marine has not put it back out on the market. So what I did some research. I found something on Amazon and it looks good right now. This is the first time using it. I don't know how long it'll hold up, honestly, but the reviews are pretty good online. And it's really the only thing that I found comparable to gator skin. One thing I noticed about it right off the back is it's a lot thinner than gator skin, but right now it looks awesome. You guys can see it. The old non-skid pad was tearing and dry rotted and all of that. So what we did was laid it all out and then mounted everything on top of it. That also helps to hold it in place. So that's a peel and stick situation right there. I like how it looks. Trolling motor foot pedal is not recessed. That's at the request of the owner. So he does have the flexibility to move it around wherever he wants on the boat. And there's a seat mount right here. So I imagine depending on what he's doing, he could have the pedal over here, have it over there. That just gives some flexibility. So like I mentioned, install the seat base right underneath the carpet, carpeted over it. That came out nice. I did install pull latches. Previously it had the, I don't know what you call, like a little strap here that was attached to the front of the lid. Pull it up using that strap. So did a little improvement here. Riveted in with 1/8 rivets. These are Perco pull latches. Pretty inexpensive stuff, but a nice upgrade to the boat. And inside, one thing I did, because I didn't like how the floor of the hatch looked, it was pretty worn out. So I just added some EVA foam at the bottom here, just as an additive. This was not part of the request of the owner, but it did fit in the budget. And I thought it was just a great addition to the boat. You do have access underneath if you need to service the black box. It's right here, easy to reach, easy to get to. And the bus bar fuse box combo. And he does have room to add more things if he wants. I've only used 2 out of the 6 slots here. We've got the Garmin 93 SV. Everything is labeled up. 8-gauge wire. Everything's marine grade. This will definitely hold up and stand the test of time. I put it in here for convenience. You've got your master switch here as well. So this is the ideal setup you want. All of this is dedicated to graphs and the Live Scope. It's on its own dedicated battery as well. So this lead goes down in here to the back of the boat, and I'll show you the battery that's dedicated to Live Scope and your graphs. Wanted to go with the ideal situation, best case scenario, dedicated battery, clearest picture, lowest interference, and that's what this setup is right here. Oh, almost forgot to mention, trolling motor breaker is located in this hatch as well. And this is 6-gauge wire, marine grade wire that comes out this side through the breaker and through that wall, goes all the way up to the front, comes out there at the front port that I showed you. All right guys, I am sweating my buns off. It is only, what, 11 a.m. I think? Yeah, 11:30. And I'm sweating. But we're gonna get through this and get this done for you guys. But man, I can't stop talking about it enough. Like the 20-ounce carpet looks absolutely awesome. Hey, wear your socks. When you get brand new carpet job, fish in your socks, guys, or barefoot. So second hatch, this is actually a live well, and it's not really used as a live well much. This is used for bait for the owner of the boat. And I mean, not much to mention here. I did install a light in here as well, and has a pull latch on it, and that was an upgrade as well from the strap that was there. Got your 4 rod tubes that was there in the beginning, but just redid that. Got your rod holders here as well. That's the original part that was with the boat, but recarpeted everything. Didn't do a lot of work on the console, like rehabbing the console or anything, but just did a little cleanup job here just to make it shine. Got a brand new cup holder in here, and this is actually gator skin here, guys. I had a little piece left over, my personal stuff, and decided, hey, just cut it and cover up all the holes. There are a lot of holes in here from looks like previous installations for different finders and such. So just dropped a little piece of gator skin there, and I know it's extinct, but hey, it's from my customer and I want him to have the best of the best. So we actually did get some gator skin in the boat, and that's just a nice accent piece right there. The only thing I added was I added 2 things to the console. One is a switch for hatch lights. There were no hatch lights in this boat at all, but the hatches light up really well, all controlled on this one switch for all the hatch lights. And I installed a phone charger. This is a USB 3.0. It does have its own dedicated on and off switch, and literally, and I know you can't see it light, oh, maybe you can see it light up a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that, but on and off. And what I like about the on and off switch is you don't even have to press it down, you just touch it. It has a sensor that just tap it with your finger and it goes on and off. But you've got your graph up front and throttle, everything's back in place, brand new carpet around everything. And these seats right here are from Bass Pro Shop. These are brand new seats for the boat. The old ones were pretty worn out and beat up. I think this side wasn't even attached anymore. But one thing I really like about this setup is you have storage space right underneath. And I did the same thing here. I installed some EVA foam underneath, which just brought this to life. The aluminum was pretty worn out underneath. So one, this looks good, and functionality is nice because when you drop stuff on here, it's insulated. The sound doesn't go through to the fish below the boat as much. Nothing's perfect, but this is just EVA foam off of Amazon. And don't worry, I will leave links in the description below of the things that I talk about in this video. Make it easier for you guys to find it and get it if you want. Hey, we're happy to announce that our Amazon store is now up and running. In the store, you'll find a lot of the exact items you've seen us use in all of our boat builds and much more. Right now, we have just under 200 different products in the store, and we're constantly adding more. Things like LED lights, carpeting, EVA foam, batteries, fish finders, framing, and much more. These are all things to help you with your next boat project, so check us out. I'll put a link to the BBF store in the description box of this video. We appreciate your support. Now let's get back to the video. The driver's seat is static. This is a stationary, it does not fold forward, but you can always slide stuff underneath. Maybe some things that you don't need quick access to. And this is lit. I do have an LED light underneath here as well. A nice long strip that will light up the entire space underneath. This spans the entire width of the boat. So this is a pretty long, big, spacious storage space for storing whatever you want in this area. Back in the boat, we've got 2 hatches. This is the first one, got a pull latch on that. And I did install a light as well in here. You can kind of see the ongoing theme. I've got the EVA foam installed in here as well. Very clean, very nice. Deep hatch right here. Then we get to the rear hatch. This is where all the magic happens. You've got 3 dedicated batteries. This is the Epic 24-volt lithium battery, and this is an upgrade situation here. All the batteries are now lithium from lead acid batteries, so less weight in the back of the boat. And I reconfigured this a bit, moved the gas tank from the right side to the left. Figured it's better to balance out the weight a little bit better since the driver sits on the right, put the gas tank on the left, and the batteries on the right, which are lighter. So this may in fact help the boat to perform better. And that's what I try to do, is just try to think it through and go with best case scenario and see what improvements we can make along the way. Like I was saying with the battery, dedicated battery right here, 24-volt. This is for the trolling motor, 6-gauge wire, marine grade. Added some terminal covers just to keep everything protected, and this is an awesome battery. I'm seeing this a lot more online. This is getting out there. So guys, if you don't know about the Epic batteries, I am not sponsored by them, but just putting out the word that they're taking life and people are really taking to them. So if you're in the market, check them out. Also got some Dakota lithiums over there. So trolling motor right here. You've got the 60 amp hour Dakota lithium battery. That one runs all the electronics. That's a dual purpose battery, actually. Runs the electronics and a starter battery. So it's got those cranking amps to start up the motor as well. 60 amp hour right there. I've got the terminal adapter on there so that you can add more things. Got quite a few things hooked up there. Has room to add more accessories if you need to. And then the last battery is a 54 amp hour. This is the battery that's dedicated to the graphs and the live scope. And I'm very excited for him on that. I'm glad he went with that after talking about it to give him best case scenario for his graph. All batteries are mounted down so they are not moving. Got your straps and the mounts down to the floor of the boat. These are something different. I've never used these before. Got them off of Amazon. So I'm gonna keep in touch with the owner to see how they hold up over time. I've got the same type of strap holding down the gas tank as well. I believe this is a 6.6 gallon, see right here, gas tank for the Daihatsu 9.8 motor. Cool fun fact about this motor, I understand he gets a good 25 to 30 miles per hour on this Daihatsu on a pretty decent sized boat, 16 footer. So similar to the front of the boat, decided to add non-skid pad here as well. I figured I would. One, we all step on here, functionality, it makes sense. And two, I had leftover material, so why not add it? And three, looks good. Nice accent to the boat. I think it pops. Just a nice additive, nice presentation right there. Have it on both sides of the boat. And I also installed a new, I didn't mention this up front, but replaced both the mounts for the nav lights. Rear one right here and the front one. So they weren't working before. The one thing I did, just some cable management. These cables coming off the motor originally were just out here free floating and they were in the way of this hatch lid closing. So I put a clamp down there to clamp them down. One thing that happened with the original setup was it rubbed against that so much, the carpet literally got worn out to the aluminum along here. So hopefully this will be a better case scenario for him. Won't have that issue going forward. Rear seat mount installed underneath the carpet, and that is that. Pretty self-explanatory. But man, I really like how it all turned out. A very nice facelift job. Very time consuming, but in the end, absolutely worth it. And I hope my client enjoys this as much as I enjoy the end result and gets really long use out of it. I mean, I try to look at this from a longevity standpoint. You know, what can I do that will stand the test of time? At least give them another 10 years of ownership before anything else needs to be done. Just a quick mention underneath here. This is where I installed the other fuse box. And as of right now, I have the hatch lights hooked up there and the voltmeter. And there's plenty of room left over on that fuse box for additional accessories going forward if he wants to add anything else to the boat. And that's also important. Leave room to play with. Things happen, you decide you want to do more things with your boat, and the flexibility has already been built in. Now, I didn't keep total track, but if I had to guess, I would say about 200 hours into this boat, into the facelift job. And I mean, a lot of things were done that just you wouldn't even know about. Little things that you see along the way and you're like, oh, let's try to fix that. Let's try to improve that. Try to give a better case scenario with that. Let's try to increase the longevity of that. And those things probably will not come out in the videos, but that's just how I like to do. It's hard to turn a blind eye to things when you see it. That's just how I am. So whatever I can do to just improve things as I go, let's go ahead and just do it. It does increase the time it takes to get things done. It does add materials, but I was able to do everything and keep it right at the budgeted amount to get this done. All right, now that I showed you everything that was done, it's time to get this thing revealed to the most important person, which is my client, the owner of the boat. There he is, the man of the hour. How you doing, Jim?
Good, how you doing?
This is your baby.
Wow, look at that.
All done.
Beautiful.
Glad you like it, man.
Wow.
Check it out, man.
Oh my God.
Yep, so you got your black box in there.
Right.
That way it's accessible.
Right.
And I'm gonna run you through everything. Okay. So, all right, Jim's all ready to go.
All right, my man.
I'm excited for you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. She's ready to hit the water. Enjoy the boat. Let me know how your first run goes.
I will.
I'm excited for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. All right, there she blows. Another one in the books, heading off. All right, there we go again. Another one done. Happy customer. Love it. It's always cool to see their reaction. One, they know what it looked like before and then get to see the finished product. And two, I've had their boat for a while getting this done. So everyone wants to get their boat back as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, a lot of man hours goes into this, so it's not a quick turnaround type situation. But in the end, as long as they're happy, I'm happy. And that's what it's all about. And next up to bat is the Mod V. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, I put out a video a ways back about the Mod V and whether I should make that my gas boat or electric, and got great responses. And I actually started to do that build out, and the boat's right here. So that's next. But I ended up stopping that project to do the customer build because I had some delay on parts and stuff like that. So I didn't want to delay him and whatnot. So I just made the switch. So now it's time to switch back and get my Mod V done. I've already cleaned up the shop, ready for the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy to have you guys along as always. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. As always, we appreciate you guys. We will see you on the next video.